Hope everyone is well today, and I'll be teaching on how to ditch and switch your products that maybe you've been using for your whole life that you just didn't realize were not the best choices, and how to make better choices and what you can use and do. So that's what we're going to be talking about. And if you have any questions, of course, put them in the comments. If you click on this video after we're done, or the videos I've been doing this last week, and you go up to the little three dots, you can actually put a notification where you can click the notification that if you want to make sure you know when I'm going live, it will notify you. So that's something that I was just learning about actually myself. So that's helpful if that's something that you're interested in tuning in for the daily teachings. And this is more, I should have advertised this a little bit different. This is more like a 3-day part class. Obviously, my 15 to 30 minutes did not work for the first day. Second day, I did pretty good. Today will be pretty good. When I'm doing education on a product or a topic that's a little bit more simple, I do want to keep it just a 15-minute tidbits of information just to help you learn about, the importance of not keeping your toothbrush on the counter in your bathroom, because what happens when you flush the toilet and things you just don't know about, particles that float in the air, and it's going to land on your counter and your toothbrush and different things. Or if I'm teaching you about Progessence Plus or Super B, or what I use to clean my house, and all those different kinds of things. So in the future, I really want to keep to 15, 20, 30 minutes max. If it's going to be a class, as the first day was, I will put, whether it's a 101 or a 301, the 301 sort of a joke. It's sort of like a little bit more advanced. It's probably a little bit more information than you want to know up front. The 101 would be hopefully a 101 class. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of information. I wrote a couple of the notes here. Let's see. I've got a lot of this. So yes, I'm doing this public on my Facebook page so that you do have the opportunity to use this or share it however you want to. And if you're watching this video and someone sent it to you, then make sure you get back to them for when you're wanting a little bit more information, or if you're interested in some of the products I'm going to be talking about, then get back to whoever sent you this video. If you're one of my friends or someone I know that you're interested, just PM me or let me know, and then I'll help you out myself as well. Okay. So let's just get started. If you don't know already, my name is Stacy Kimbrell. I wrote the book Living Balanced. It's on health and nutrition and chemical awareness. You can get it through my current website, which will be changing in the future, but it'll all be linked. It's called livinganointed.com. It's living, ANOINTED.com, and also on Amazon. And all of these videos and trainings I'll be doing will be on YouTube as well. So if you have someone who's not on Facebook, you'll be able to check out my Stacy Kimbrell YouTube channel, and you could always send them that link that they don't have to come on regular social media such as Facebook to view this. So let's just get started. I'm not going to do a review. Yesterday I did a big review of the first day, so you can go back and watch 1 and 2. Today we're going to be talking about what we can do, ditching and switching, becoming aware of, I sort of told you everything bad, what we can do good, and moving forward. So one of the main things that you want to do with your own self is learning about your body and what's there and what's not, and normal and all that kind of stuff. If you have a significant other, I'm sure they can help you out with that as well. But we should be in charge, male or female, whatever. We should teach our young ladies and teach our men that even when they're shower, like if you look up skin brushing, okay, there's a whole section in my book on skin brushing if you already have it. And everything always comes towards the heart. So when you're washing with soap, you should be able to go like this and, wash your armpits, stuff it. You'll feel like, is something hurt there, or is there a lump there? Then that's something to obviously take heed to, and then figure out what you're going to do about that situation. So when your lymphatic is just amazing, you just got to Google a picture of that. But you go all the way down, you can, obviously do your breast, your stomach, your legs, your thighs, your inner ankles, like all these different things. And when you're washing, if something is hurt and you didn't just get hit by a baseball bat, or something like that, and especially if it's a lymphatic line, if it's like inside of your ankles, behind your knees, all your lymphatic in your stomach is like deep down, so you can't really feel that, but all your neck, your glands, your armpits, all through your breasts, inside of your legs, going down your ankles, the lymphatic system is there. And if it's sensitive, then there's a reason why that is. So maybe it's clogged up. It's actually, if you think about the lymphatic system, it's sort of like Tinker Toys. If you remember those things, I wish I had one to show you, but they were like a little round thing, and then you could poke the sticks in through all different sides. So the lymphatic system is like the Tinker Toy is like the lymphatic hub, right? And then you have the lymphatic where it goes to the next spot, and this is like the nodule, right? So, or not the nodule, but the pump area. So everything flows into here, and then it should be pumping correctly, and then it goes to the next spot, and then it pumps correctly. So there's like pumps in your body for the lymphatic. And it sounds a little stupid, but if you're going for a walk and you walk with your hands straight up in the air, or even if you're going like this and pumping them, neighbors may think you're crazy, but you'll have one of the best lymphatic systems. Sometimes you can even feel like fluid or something weird or cool draining, and it's not even sweat in your armpits. That's the lymphatic. And so that's why I was saying on one of the calls that, like, if I've been sitting for a while or standing for a while, then whether it's on your floor, the couch, or your bed, just go put your feet up against the wall for like 5 minutes and relax and sit there for a second. It just makes all that blood and lymphatic drain back down. Of course, when you stand up, it's gonna be like, vroom, it's just gonna start going. Jumping on a trampoline, walking, just simple things like that. If you don't like to walk the neighborhood, or you're scared of dogs, just walk around in your yard, or go up and down your stairs, or stand at a countertop if you need to and you're not stable so much. And go up on your toes and come back down. Or if you're sitting, have your foot go like this and like this, like point toward the wall and point towards your nose as much as you can. And just doing that exercise helps the lymphatic system going. Okay. And so we need to be aware of that. And then doing self-examinations on your body is important to do, because you need to figure that out. Remember, the stat is that it's going to take 2 to 5 years to even feel a lump that has been brewing in your body. So that's scary, right? And so that's why we definitely want to be examining ourselves. But if we did find a lump of something, that means it's been brewing for a little while, right? Once again, unless you just got hit with a baseball bat on your boob on accident, you got a bruise, right? Or something, or a bump. That's different. But normal, everything else going on, if you have that experience, it's been brewing for a long time. Okay. So the stuff I'm going to move forward with and talk to you today is stuff that I've been using for the last 13 and a half years. My family uses, my men, my dogs, all of this. I have a lot of family friends involved as well that support themselves in as much as natural as they can or want to do, right? But everything we can do can make a better choice to not have an outcome of something that we're not looking for. Okay. So that's exciting. The main thing, even though we're talking about breast health and your unborn fetus or your children may not have breasts, or you don't think about boys having breasts and all this, and I'll be posting a link later on from the doctors we're talking about. It was just so fun to find one of my old videos about there was a teenage boy who had one giant breast, giant for him because obviously he doesn't have any, right? And the doctor's show was talking about all the research, and it was because of the fast food and the chemicals in the fast food, which of course I have been thoroughly teaching on for years. And so this is just something like one little snippet of professionals telling you this is what's going on. So this is why we really have to learn how to make better choices, and just try to do that as fast as possible with the easiest way to make it change in your lifestyle if you got a whole family. When we changed our lifestyle, it was August 1st of 2007, and it was overnight, cold turkey. If I couldn't cut it or kill it, we weren't eating it, right? And I don't kill things, so we weren't eating that, okay? So it was difficult in the beginning, but I knew instantaneously from the research and the issues that we had in our household that this was the problem that we had in our household. And, if you didn't know, our children, both of my boys, were in special ed since they were 4 years old. 4 years old. They wanted them on medicines. They wanted them in special schools, even the GSID, which out here is for cognitively impaired students to some extent, right? Whether it's autism or other. And that's where they told us that my one son should be, and that he wouldn't be able to do much to be a functioning part of society. And he is now 21 and fully functioning part of the society. It's like if I didn't learn about health and nutrition and chemical awareness and making better lifestyle changes and young living essential oils and the nutrients that comes along with learning all that, I don't know where he would be today, or me for that matter, or my other son. And for me, I say that because I've always struggled in school. I was always in special ed classes. I feel like I'm getting off topic a little bit, but I'll come back around. I was always in special ed. I had dyslexia. They didn't know what dyslexia was back then because I'm 51 years old. And, I can do many things except for spelling, grammar, reading, syntax, syllables, that kind of stuff. So I feel like I can do almost anything I put my mind to. I love physical labor. I love doing things, but the cognitive function of reading. And I remember my old boyfriend at the time. He's the one who read my diploma because I didn't know that if you didn't graduate, they wouldn't tell you ahead of time, right? And I had a diploma, but I didn't want to open it because I thought I failed. And they passed me, which was totally a shocker because I literally should not have passed high school because of my lack of skill set and reading, especially, and comprehension. And I just mix all these things up in my head, and to memorize things is so different for me. But I can make it. But I'm going to tell you, with my lifestyle changes, which is totally outrageous, and getting the nutrients that my body needs. Do you know, as long as I stay on my regimen, my dyslexia is like gone by 95%. And when I don't do my regiment, my dyslexia comes back full force. So I really don't think there's a cure for dyslexia because I've been doing this for a long time. But if I miss it for like 5, 6, 8 days max, my dyslexia is back full force. And I'll have to dial your number 5 times and try to figure out what I'm doing and can't comprehend what I'm reading. So this tells me this is straight on the nutrients that we're getting or not getting, or straight on the chemicals that we're breathing and absorbing, taking in that we're not aware perhaps, or that we are, and not getting them anymore. So, I mean, this is like a serious big deal to try to live in homeostasis, which means complete health with everything working correctly. You got to make some changes. I always ask people, do you have dry skin? And they say, no, I use lotion. Well, let's just think about that for a second. If you need lotion, that means you got dry skin or you're ashy, right? So that's the thing I'm talking about. It's like we have to think about what we're saying here. It's like, yeah, if you have dry skin, that means you have a lack of good fats and water as a minimum in your body, because the dry skin does not come from external unless you're stuck in Arabia and your camel died and you're laying out in the sun, or you're in a boat in the ocean waiting to be rescued. Okay, those are extreme situations, unless you got a chemical burn perhaps. But otherwise, for you to have dry skin, you should probably not have enough water intake and definitely not enough good fats. And so you have to become aware of that so you can make those changes. I used to be a total lotion freak. And I mean, I'd leave the nursery to go get some lotion or chapstick for my lips or all that kind of stuff. I'm not even dependent on that stuff anymore. And if you find that you can't put a product down, like lotion or this or that or whatever, or chapsticks, or you always need to moisture your Visine for your eyes. I used to do that all the time as well. Most likely what you're using is a chemical that has polyethylene glycol in it or propylene glycol in it that is made to lubricate but then dry things out. So that's what's happening, is you're becoming dependent on the product because the product is actually making you drier than what you should be and making you ashier than what you should be. So now you use some more. It's a vicious cycle, but that's why they have that product in there. You can use I didn't even bring it right here, unfortunately. Young Living has lotions if you need a lotion. You can use shea butter. You can use olive oil. You could use coconut oil. There's all these different things that you could use that would be 100% better choice than any lotion on the market that you can get. Okay? So let's just step back. It'll save you a lot of money. You can use coconut oil in your hair. You can use it on not if I put it in my hair, I'm going to look like greasy, right? But if if you're African American or have dark texture or textured hair or gray hair or black hair, um, for example, then coconut oil would work great in your hair. Do you know what I mean? Or olive oil would work great in hair. And you don't have to put a whole gallon, you just put a little on your ends and smooth it through and it'll be fine and perfect, right? You don't have to go buy the gels and all the different stuff that is needed that people are used to because those create issues in your body. So there's things you can do. One of the biggest things, let me go over to my next sheet here, try to stay on track for you. These are all things that I have switched over to. I don't have the lotion right here. I know I have some for people to sample, but I didn't bring it over here because I don't even use it. Now, I do like to use, like, on my feet. I love, like, a grease feeling something on my feet, which Young Living has a product called Animal Sense Ointment, or I use the sandalwood face cream, even though it's for face. I just love the way it feels. If my feet get dry, it drives me bananas. Okay. So that's something that I do use. And the Animal Sense Ointment is just, it's called that because it's made for animals as well. But I forgot all the ingredients, but it has like avocado and shea and just a whole bunch of great ingredients. And it's going to remind you of like a Polysporin or a Neosporin or Vaseline kind of feeling or texture where, I mean, I haven't used Vaseline in 13 years, but I mean, I used to use Vaseline all day long. So that's the kind of thing that's a difference of, that's petroleum. You don't want to put petroleum on your skin. Whatever you put on your skin absorbs into your bloodstream within 3 seconds to 20 minutes. Okay, very important to understand. That's just like, excuse me, a birth control patch, a smoker's patch, a pain patch. Okay, and so if you're putting things on that have the formaldehydes, the petroleum-based stuff, the parabens, that's leaching into your body and into your bloodstream and changing your chemical makeup in your body. It's messing with your endocrine system. There's phytoestrogens, synthetic estrogen in your body. And none of us, male, female, infants, whatever, don't need synthetic estrogen. Okay? So it's really important. And like I wouldn't even touch Johnson & Johnson's products for sure with a 10-foot pole, even though just 2 years ago they took out all the formaldehyde supposedly from their products. They've had formaldehyde in there since the 1940s, and they knew it was in there, and it's deadening. Look, you just got to understand this real quick. The Johnson & Johnson's no tears. The reason why it had no tears is because they had formaldehyde in it, and it helped deaden the nerves in the eyes. Okay, this is like serious outrageousness in my opinion. And so up until 2 years ago when they got like found out, they're like, oh, applaud us on our back, we changed our ways. It's like, no, you've been purposely poisoning us. Formaldehyde is formaldehyde. It's embalming fluid. We don't need it to deaden our eyes and our tissue so that it's decaying faster. Okay, same thing with oral gel. If it still has it in there, I don't know, but I use clove and copaiba if I need something for my gums, which works. And that's what they used to use clove back in the day for dentistry before they even had numbing stuff, right? That was the numbing stuff. And so, oh my gosh, where was I going with that? Oral gel has chemicals in it and that deaden the nerves in the mouth so the babies don't have pain when they're teething. Like, oh my goodness, like if you knew that, would you buy it? And most of us would say no, that there's got to be a better option or just let them deal with it, right? So, because the goal is not to have, most people want to have children. So we don't usually give birth to a child and then purposely poison them so they can grow up with illness and disease. You know what I mean? So this is the whole thing. I didn't know any of this stuff. And this is why I'm not teaching with judgment. I'm trying to teach you to help become aware so you can learn how to make better choices for you and your family. And I promise you, you'll be much better off for it in all ways, shapes, and forms, mentally, physically, and spiritually. You will be. So let me just keep moving again. So one of the things that I'm going to go over some things that I use. Some things are Young Living, some things are not. But things that we're allowed to say, because remember, there's governing agencies like the government and the FTC and the FDA that say I can't say everything that I believe to be true. So unfortunately, sometimes I say, oh my gosh, this smells so good. And you just gonna have to like try to figure out what that means, unless we talk personally. But there are things that are over the counter that I can tell you about. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, if you need an acne cream, Young Living has an acne cream that works exceptionally well for all ages. Okay, and it's better than anything you can buy in the market. The root cause of acne could be because not enough water, not enough good fats, hormones changing, or way too much sugar. Most of the time, it's going to be a lot of sugar or hormones, okay? But nevertheless, until you get all that fixed, there's an acne cream that I'm allowed to tell you that, and it works exceptionally well. And you only need a smidge. Like, I know this seems like a small tube, but believe me, yeah, you only need a little bit, and it like takes care of it very quickly. Okay, I'll put this over here so I don't use it again. Cool Azul pain cream. I used to always use BioFreeze. BioFreeze is very toxic. Someone just sent me a link the other day and said, how is this? I'm just like, oh my gosh, very bad. It has the parabens in it, so it has synthetic estrogen. It has polyethylene glycol. I forgot what else I had in it. I don't remember, but whatever it is, it's not straight. It wasn't straight when I switched over, and unfortunately they haven't improved upon it, and it's still not straight. So I use something called Cool Azul pain cream, and I'm allowed to tell you that, so that's fantastic. Very important, very, very, very important, just in general, is sunscreen. This is the mineral sunscreen, and hope this one's open. Oh, it is good. It comes out white, and when you rub it on, it will rub in pretty good, where it's not going to be white all over your skin. But this is a SPF 50 with no chemicals in it. Do you know what that means? Like, that is so important because I believe that we need to get the vitamin D that we need to get from the sun. Some people are as white as a piece of paper. Some can handle sun, some can't, right? So I would never use suntan lotion to prevent getting, how do I say this, skin cancer because of the sun. Okay, what I mean by that is that we all do need the sun. So if you're blocking the sun's ray, you can't absorb the vitamin D that you need in general. Now, if you burn easily, then yeah, use sunscreen. Okay, and this would be the best choice. Okay, but everyone doesn't need sunscreen. We need the sun. And what's really bad is when you use a chemical sunscreen, and it's baking. When you use a chemical sunscreen and it's baking into your skin, it's going into your bloodstream once again, right? And now all those poisons they have in there and metals that they have in there are now in your bloodstream. And now you have titanium dioxide and all these different metals in your bloodstream from the sunscreen you put on that you weren't aware of, that's now baking into your skin and your bloodstream. This does not have any chemicals. So if you need a sunscreen, this is great. They have an SPF 10 and an SPF 50, okay? So it just rubbed right in. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, different skin colors, whatever. It works and absorbs in very nice. Okay, this is important, and I love this. Some of this, I actually, if I was going to use the lotion, if I was Ashley, I'd be using some of this. So this comes out in an oil. You could always put it in a spray if you wanted to, but this, oh my gosh, this is insect repellent, and I'm allowed to tell you this. I use this for my animals. I use this for me because I live near a little swamp with trees, and it smells so good. I mean, you can rub this stuff on your face. You can do whatever you want to do with it, and it smells amazing, and it really helps for people who are hiking or concerned about mosquito bites and tick bites and being just with bugs in general, right? So you can use this on humans and animals. My one dog loves this, and he just licks it off my arm. That's Chewy. Russell, he does not like oils. And Russell's got something going on right now, so I made a blend for Austin to keep putting on. And as soon as Austin like grabs it like this, he like jumps off the bed. It's like hilarious. Chewy's like, can I have some, please? So anyhow, it's just sort of funny. Okay, this is a new thing. Vicks Vapor Rub. I loved Vicks Vapor Rub. Oh my gosh. Like literally some things when I changed over from using chemicals, and this is just new, just so you know. So we didn't always have this, or the sunscreen or the insect repellent. I'd have to make them myself um, if we needed it. And this stuff is so nice. It's the Thieves Chest Rub. It's a replacement for Vicks Vapor Rub, for example, right? And you can just rub this all over. It has a nice little thing where you can rub it on your chest or wherever you want to. I'm sorry, and I just got to rub it on. And it smells so good. It reminds me just like the other stuff, but this is with real therapeutic oils, not synthetic oils. Okay. And it works exceptionally well. So this is for like a chest rub. Once again, it smells so good. You can rub it on your nose. You can rub it on your forehead, your face, wherever you want to rub it. Make your eyebrows stand up straight. It's amazing. No chemicals. Okay? That's what we're talking about. So chest rub. Here we go. Let me see what else I have in here. The diaper cream. This is important. I mean, I use this stuff on my kid all the time when they were babies, right? And there's so many bad ingredients in them. Like seriously, it has titanium dioxide in it. That's metal. That's ground up titanium metal in diaper cream. And there's other things, okay? We don't want to do that. The products that I'm telling you about right now, they're free of the BHA and BHT, which is synthetic estrogen, the talc, which causes cancer, the parabens, which are synthetic estrogens, aluminum, trichosan, which makes you be like this sterile little boy in the bubble. You should not be using anything with trichosan. It lowers your immune system. That's in all the antibacterial hand soaps, dyes and fragrances and chemicals. And remember, there's not regulations on these things. Unless a company does their own independent testing on a product and decides that, this is cancerous, we probably shouldn't use this. And then they tell the FDA doesn't test it. They have to do their own independent studies. And if you want to sell something, are you going to go put forth the effort that you need to? And this is why we have all these recalls when we find out about it later after all the things are different that are happening, because it's not tested ahead of time. I'm telling you, this stuff doesn't have any chemicals in it. So that's great. Now, I don't know what else I have. I probably should be saying something else. Let me see. Oh my gosh, I love these cough drops. If you need a cough drop, don't use the chemical ones. There's a great one right here that's very nice. And we have like a hard lozenge that I really like. That's more like a clovey, cinnamon kind of flavor. This is more of a menthol. But whenever I get on an airplane or if I'm going out in public or doing this or that or whatever, not every time I go in public, I'll use one of these and then I don't have to worry about coughing, and it helps to keep my immune system where it's supposed to be. I don't have to worry about breathing and whatever other people's junk is, all their innards from them coughing and sneezing, because that just fumigates everything. So I love that product. That's another one. Let's see. We have an after sun spray. So if something should happen to you, I have this in my toxin bin, but I don't have it with me right now. I remember I got burned one year really bad. It's like when I first moved to Michigan, we were on a lake and all this kind of stuff. And at my Aunt D, and a river, actually, the Sabo River. And I got burnt real bad. So I went to the drugstore and it says burn relief with aloe. So I bought it, right? 100% aloe, it said. So stupid. I still have this container literally. So anyhow, just so you know, the liquid that came out was green. Does anyone know here? Is the liquid that comes out of aloe green? No, it's not. The outside of the aloe plant is green, but the inside is not. And it had propylene glycol, it had polyethylene glycol, it had formaldehyde in it. Of course, I didn't know that. I kept putting it on. I never did anything to help my burn, so I finally stopped. But when I learned about chemicals, I went through all the products I have in my house, and I started doing research. And I couldn't believe all the chemicals that were in that product, and there was not even any aloe in it. I'm just like, why are they allowed to have false advertisement? Excuse me. And part of the reason for that is that there are laws for truth in advertisement. Now I'm going to cough. Hold on. I should take a cough drop, right? There are laws for truth in advertisement. The problem comes into it as, do I have enough money to sue them to make them be liable for it? The answer is no. Okay, let's keep moving. One of the products I always use on a regular basis is inner defense. This just helps keep your immune system where it needs to be. I've taken up to 6 of these a day, depending on the situation. But you could take one a day, and it just helps keeps your immune system where it's supposed to be. So that's exciting. There's vitamin D. Young Living just came out with vitamin D, so that's exciting. And it's like a little melty in your mouth. It tastes delicious. So I have switched over to this vitamin D because it's sort of like my candy throughout the day. Like I have 3 that are set out, and when I need a little boost of something, I just suck on it and it tastes delicious, right? The other brand I like is Carlson's Liquid Vitamin D, and you can go look up, or I'll post the recommendations that is out there for vitamin D that everyone needs, so you can get your blood work tested. Even infants need vitamin D, children, you, me, whatever. So unless you're getting the vitamin D that you need from the sun, which is 20 minutes on both sides, topless, you can have a bra on, of course, if you're a female. Unless you're getting that, you are most likely short in vitamin D, and vitamin D does so much. If you have my book, you can learn more about vitamin D in there, or just go Google it. And that's something that your doctor should be more than willing to test for you, so you could find that out. Okay. So Carlson's is a good brand, is what I'm telling you as well. Okay. Part of my daily routine is, I do love Young Living's soaps. They have hand soaps. The lemon is amazing. The Christmas spirit one I love. Of course, the Thieves. There's bar soaps that my family likes. I really like the peppermint cedar one because it's sort of like refreshing. You can feel the peppermint tingling and that kind of stuff. And I totally believe in doing whatever's best for someone and with the means they have. So sometimes there's a different option out there that I always promote. And I love Dr. Woods. Dr. Woods, you could get on Amazon. You probably can't buy it anywhere else local. This is an old-fashioned Castile soap. This is no chemicals in it. It smells amazing. The almond to me is like the best one because it sort of smells like a vanilla kind of thing. There is one out there called Dr. Woods, which most of you guys have probably seen because it's at health food stores. It's at Walmart now. It's all over. It didn't used to be back in the day, but it is now. I don't promote personally Dr. Bronner's anymore because I'm down with Jesus. And if you actually get a magnifying glass and read all the literature on there, when it says God on the front, you think that's a positive. If you read it, they're talking really bad about him. So for me personally, I don't use Dr. Bronner's, and that is the reason why. My girlfriend from church, Sandy Wood, she said, "Did you ever read that bottle?" I'm like, "Nope." And she's like, "You probably want to read that." I was like, "Oh my gosh, I couldn't even believe it when I read it." So I don't promote companies that I don't believe in, whether it's pink washing or bashing Jesus. So that's why I use Dr. Woods. Now they have a bar soap. They have this. I'm telling you this because I love Young Living's products, but this is a great product and this is less expensive. So if you have a family, when my kids are washing, I didn't know if they were washing or just wasting my soap. I don't even know what was going on in the shower because I'm not in there with them, right? So this is a great economical one. I think this is probably gonna be like $8 for 32 ounces. Oh my gosh, it's like such a great deal. Okay. And it works very well. And it's something that will be easy and inexpensive for your family to switch over today. Like literally today, you could get rid of all your Ivory, Irish Spring, Dove. I don't even know what's out there anymore. All these ones that are not straight, you can literally get rid of all of those and just use Dr. Woods. Get a pump from Sally's, you'd be good to go. Okay, 36 minutes. I guess this would be a little bit longer class. I'm sorry. The toothpaste. I love Young Living's toothpaste. Steve just stepped out and someone's calling, so let me hide my phone. Hold on. And the toothpaste is amazing. We've been using this for 13 and a half years, literally. Our whole family, my August, Austin, myself. When I brush the dog's teeth, they use this. Steve, Austin this summer. This is amazing to me. This is going to sound funny and bad, and hopefully he doesn't watch this and is not mad at me for saying this, but I'm just going to say it. I know for a fact that my son does not spend as much time brushing his teeth as I do, or Steve does, for example, right? Like we do like the alphabet like 2 times, right? I know he's like, whatever, and he's done. I know that most of the time he brushes his teeth once a day and not even twice a day. But because of the mouthwash that we use through Young Living, whether I make it through the Vitality oils or buy it, and this Thieves toothpaste, Ultra Dentrodome is my favorite. We don't have plaque and cavities. And it's not because we're cute. We live in Flint, Michigan, and we got Flint water and all that kind of stuff. It's because of what we're using. And it's really amazing. Every time we go to the dentist, they're like, "What are you guys doing? Did you just go somewhere?" I was like, "Nope. Same stuff. Same story over and over and over." Now, interesting enough, you know how it always says that on commercials that dentists recommend Crest toothpaste the most, or hospitals recommend Tylenol the most? Do you want to know why that is? It's because all dentists get Crest toothpaste for free from Crest. All hospitals get Tylenol for free from Tylenol. That's why they have that advertisement. It's not because they most likely like it. Maybe they know how bad it is. Maybe they don't. I don't know. But that is not why dentists recommend it. They recommend it because they get it for free and they can give out samples to people so people can have something. So this is a great chemical-free toothpaste, and so much so that I'm going to tell you that Young Living was looking at taking this one out of stock because Young Living has like 4 different toothpaste. I love this one the best, and I don't like the taste of spearmint, and that's in one of them. And so I literally bought over $300 of toothpaste that's filling up a basket in my cabinet because they said they were going to stop selling this. I'm like, I've used this for 13 years straight, and I'm not going to run out today. So I literally have over $300 worth of this toothpaste in my cabinet right now. And that's how important it is to me and my family. Okay, moving forward. Young Living has a great, they have a whole Thieves line, but I love this hand sanitizer. One of my friends, Eva, she works in the hospital. She said she uses this all the time and doesn't make her hands dry. It has moisturizing in it as well, but it's actually literally made with oils and not all this chemical crap, which I've done many posts on this, so you can go back and look at them if you want to. It's made with the clove, eucalyptus, lemon, rosemary, and cinnamon. Okay? And it does have the other recommended allowances of what the FDA says need to be in here with alcohol, and it kills 99% of germs. Per the FDA, we're allowed to say this. So I love my Thieves hand sanitizer and all my Thieves products. Excuse me. And I've been using them for years. Thieves toothpaste, Thieves cleaner. I've used this. This is actually the concentrate, but you literally only need a capful for like 20 ounces of water. And I use that in my bathrooms, in my counters, in my walls, in my windows, in my floor. I use it literally for everything. Everything. I only use baking soda. I've used vinegar, and I use Thieves cleaning for everything in my whole house. Everything. Even laundry soap. Like, it's like amazing. If you have their laundry soap though, you got to like make sure your family knows because it's very concentrated. You only need like a 2 tablespoons full, like literally for your whole wash. But if you're used to pouring some in or doing this big old cup or whatever, you got to make sure your family knows up front. And there's a lot of hacks with this and how to do things so they know. But like the first time I got it, I swear like the thing was gone in like a month because my son didn't know and he just like poured it in. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, no, that's like, you don't need that much. So it works fantastic. So Thieves cleaning and products, the hand soap, the cough drops, oh my gosh, there's dish soap. There's like everything I need. And you know what it does? It makes my life so much easier. This is like a ditch and switch, right? I have the same cleaner for everywhere in all bathrooms. I'm not looking for coupons. I'm not buying a new one because I like the smell of it. I used to love Pine Sol. So with like, sometimes I'll do is I'll put extra pine and like lemongrass oil in my stuff. And it reminds me of the smell of Pine Sol because I loved it. But I'm not going to use Pine Sol because it's very toxic. So you will not find any other cleaners in my house, I promise you, and haven't for 13 years. Okay, I didn't put some on today. I did get my earrings on, but I'm really excited about Young Living. They have, gosh, I think it's like 20 different lipsticks and glosses. infused with oils in it, literally no lead. Okay. Um, which if you call a company, they may not tell you. We have to go really research because Good Morning America did a study, and out of all the different toothpaste they picked out, they all had about 75% of lead in them. You're poisoning yourself. We're not even supposed to be using lead, but that's how they get the color to stay. So Young Living has lipstick that's very nice. Even the gloss is not sticky on your lips, and it's chemical free. You still can look pretty. They have a whole makeup line with powder and liquid foundations and eyeshadows and all this kind of stuff for following the Frederick scale. So it's for every skin color literally possible. Okay. And so that's important. And then you can still look beautiful and not have to worry or compromise. Even like when your girls want to play with makeup, have to worry and compromise about what they're wearing. So that's really, really important. Um, Sometimes I need another oil, and I use castor oil. So this is organic gold Jamaican castor oil. This is great for something I use to mix with my eyelash serum to grow eyelashes. It works very well, but that's something I use. I love the Mira shave oil. I don't even use this for shaving. I use this literally, and I put it on my hand. It smells so good, and I put this on my face like every night. And I know it's a shave oil supposedly, but if you read the ingredients, why am I going to waste this? I mean, I just love this stuff. And so, and I don't like to shave, but all the time, I should say. Steve likes me to shave, but I don't. So this is the other thing here is the new, which I have and you guys can't even get yet in November, the week of November 7th, it'll be coming out. But this is the new CBD with 100% no THC beauty boost. And it's 600 milligrams of CBD, has rose oil and some other things in it. And this is for wrinkles. I just got this and started using this as well. I'm 51. I don't have too many. I got like here a couple on my lips. But you know, why not age as best as possible? And this is mostly what I use for myself for my beauty regimen. Young Living has a beautiful art skincare program that has the toner, the and the cleanser and the lotion. So does the Bloom series of products that we have that people love. I'm a little bit more like a little scientist, and I really don't care about a regiment, let's say. So I like this for me, but there's regiments for people who love that. I do love the Basilia wrinkle cream, and gosh, what's the other one called? Oh, it's in a pink bottle. Oh my gosh, I should know the answer to this, and I don't. I'm so sorry. Shirley is great, and it really helps. And it's sort of like a brightening blend for people who need brightening of spots. That works exceptionally well for people too, but I don't have that issue, so I don't use it. And I love the mascara and all the other stuff that we have available. What else do we do? Let's see. Oh, very important. As you can see, I have a diffuser going on here. And this is the new one. It's the Lustria, I hope it's called. And there's all these different colors you can make it. I'm diffusing Christmas spirit oil because it just smells amazing. It's cinnamon and clove and orange and I think spruce. And it just smells amazing. But I was addicted to candles and, Glad plugins and all that kind of stuff. So, we really want to make sure that we're aware that those things are very toxic and we do not want to have those in our household, in our possessions, in our body, breathing in for our children's, us, whoever, right? So we want to make sure that you're using something that's better. So I just diffuse my oil. So I have like a bathroom spray, or I use the Thieves spray, or whatever the case is. But that's a much better choice, okay? And so we're always looking for a better choice, and that's something that you can do to yourself to make sure that everything is working better for you. Okay, I think I have some questions. I'll just keep going for a second, and then I'll answer those. I have my little beautiful blend. Saying beautiful on here, make sure that my boys probably won't use it because they probably don't think about being beautiful, right? But this is something that I have used for years. And this is one I have up here, and then I have one in my bathroom downstairs. Usually I don't even have the roller ball on it anymore because I just dump it on my hand. And this is something that I use literally to rub on my body and my breast every single day. And so that is something that is important to me, um, to um, to take care of myself. Once again, whatever we're putting on our skin, whether it's the Jamaican castor oil or oils or lotions and potions, is an absorbent to our bloodstream. So I'm going to make sure that what I'm rubbing on my body, and especially in the areas in which I want to keep healthy and maintain the good health, is going to be something that's going to promote good health. So that's why I use that. My favorite, I know you guys have heard me talk before, I'm sure, about Ninja Red, but this is a very highly rated antioxidant that just is a powerhouse of nutrients that I just dropped. And I literally drink this every day. And this is one of the main things I use to help me with my cognitive function, along with mind wise, that really helps support me cognitively and with my dyslexia and other things. But this is really important. And this is a liquid vitamin. And it works exceptionally well. It digests as quick as alcohol does in your body. So if you do have a digestion system that's not working correctly, we don't have to worry about it. It just absorbs into your cells very quickly. Um, Sulfurzyme supports the immune system. This is like a giant bottle. We use this for many different things. Let me see what I'm allowed to say in here. It has the ninja wolfberries in here as well. So that's exciting. And this is just something that is supports the immune system. It supports the liver, the circulation, proper intestinal function, and it works to help get rid of free radicals in the body. So that's like oxidization in the body. So that's something that's amazing. Comfort Tone, if you're not pooping on a regular basis, you need to do something. And so Comfort Tone is something that is a herbal, an essential oil that supports the digestive system and health and wellness. So Comfort Tone is so important to me. It is better to get the crap out of you than to keep it in until you can get things working correctly from changing your lifestyle and your diet of what you're eating. And one of the myths is that if you're constipated, people think they need more fiber, and that is true in the future. But if you're really constipated and you just start taking a whole bunch of fiber, it's going to make you more backed up and more constipated and can even create a bowel obstruction. So please be careful with taking just fiber by itself, because that is not necessarily going to help somebody. Most of the fiber laxatives that are out there as well, if you look at it, you'll see there's polyethylene glycol in it. Why would you want to be taking petroleum to get your bowels cleaned out? That's going to put like a little Vaseline slide down through your body, and then your body won't be able to absorb the nutrients as it should. And not to mention, your kidneys still have to filter that as well as your digestion and your liver and everything. So petroleum, who wants to eat a spoonful of Vaseline? There should be nobody who says yes. And I understand there's a lot of people that their parents used to even give them a spoonful of Vicks back in the day, which is petroleum. I understand the concept, but the wrong product. Nevertheless, that is not something we want to do. Okay. Enzymes are the most important thing that you could ever get in your life. And enzymes help you with digestion of the fats, fibers, protein, carbohydrates. Essential 4 looks like a pack like this, so it's sort of handy. You can put in your purse or your pocket. But I literally take one of these every time I eat to ensure that I'm absorbing I can break it down and absorb all the nutrients that I'm taking in. If you ever feel like you get gas, that you're bloated when you eat something, that means that either you're allergic to it or you don't have enough enzymes or hydrochloric acid to break it down. That's where enzymes come in. Okay. So sorry. What else do I have here? Oh, if you're into chapstick for you and your family, Young Living has a great one. It's called a lip balm, not chapstick, and it's petroleum free. I use this once in a while when I feel like it, but that's nice because you don't want petroleum on your body. I forgot to mention this earlier, so this is very nice, a great gift. Comes in like a cinnamon, lavender, grapefruit, and in the holidays we have like a bulk pack that comes in many, like a cinnamon one. That's a really nice one. All different ones, okay? Progestins Plus is one of my favorite products for all times. Steve is always scared to touch this. He'll bring it to me like this and say, I think you need this. I don't know if you can see that, but sort of, it's just sort of funny. Sometimes I threaten to put this on him, he's like runs. So this is Progestins Plus. This is something, or if you're in Canada, it may be Phyto Plus. So this is a plant-based serum for women designed to promote well-being and feelings of relaxation and harmony and balance. So literally, you can put this anywhere, but I'll put it on my wrist. I'll grab it and I'll rub it on my carotid artery, which is where Dracula would bite you, right? This is a big blood vessel, so it absorbs very quickly. Your wrist is a big blood vessel. You can rub it on your temples. You can breathe it in. You can rub it inside of your thighs, the back of your knees. You can rub it on your breast. You can rub it wherever you want to. It smells fantastic. This is basically my perfume. They did a fantastic job with that. It has natural wild yam. It has frankincense, clove, peppermint, cedarwood. I think I'm probably missing something. But I love this, and I use this literally every day, a couple times a day. At least morning and night. And I mean, it just does so much in the body. It's amazing. But once again, it's for females. Okay. Just so you know. There's Pete 8020 to help bring back the balance in your body for pregnenolone and DHEA. You guys will be getting this list, which I've said, but I didn't have all the links, and some other things happened the last couple of days. So I got the videos done, but I don't have all the links up yet. So I'll be posting that. Having your doctor check your DHEA and your pregnenolone levels, male and female. This is a product that both males and females can take if they need to for that situation. So does help, DHEA does help promote healthy cardiovascular and immune system. And we just want to make sure all of our hormones are balanced. Pregnenolone is the precursor in the body for production of estrogen. So we want to make sure, once again, that our body is getting what it needs on a daily basis. If you have something that's damaged, or if you're missing an organ, gland, and system, you got to figure out nutritionally how you can support that, right? So once again, your doctor can do tests for you. You can figure out if you want to eat a whole bunch of this, or do this, or take this, or take that. But do something to help support yourself and your body so it can work correctly. Whenever I'm flying or going to be around, especially flying, I always take Thyromin, which helps with the thyroid function in the body. It helps support it very well. And I take Inner Defense, because when you're flying, there's all the germs, there's all the bacteria, there's all the radiation, there's all the stress of flying, the lack of sleep. These are two things I take on a regular basis when that happens. So this has been a much longer class than expected. Everyone said I couldn't do it in 30 minutes, and I guess they're right. I'm not trying to prove them wrong, but it seems like that's happening right now. So let me just go see real quick if there's any questions. Hi, everybody, Geraldine and Lydia and Bailey. Let's see, same way issues at Ninja Red. Okay, preach sunscreen. Yeah, sunscreen is just amazing. So I don't know if I'm going to say your name right, but Michaela, hopefully, it looks like, it sounds like it'd be a pretty name. She said she's white as a piece of paper and she has low vitamin D. So yeah, vitamin D is something, if you go look up on the, the stats, an adult should always have like 4,000 IUs a day if their vitamin D is at where it should be. So if you're low in vitamin D or something, you have to realize you probably have like an ankle, maybe it's up to your ankles, but you need to get up to your knees, and then, your waist, and then your chest, and then your head, and fill up your whole body with that nutrients. And then hopefully you can get it from the sun or the food that you're eating. Okay. Let's see here. The Thieves Rub is really amazing. Love the Thieves Rub. Just make sure there's not any questions. Savvy Mineral Makeup is just literally amazing. People love the art. I'm just seeing what people are saying here. I can't help everybody. Okay, great. Let's see. She also says she takes coconut oil as a laxative. Yes, thanks for even saying that. I promote coconut oil heavily. I think I did talk about it in the beginning, but you can make your own little candy with it or put tangerine and just take a spoonful, put it in your shake. You should have, when I was in Europe, they consume a liter of olive oil, cold press, per person per month. That is a lot. No one here does that I'm aware of. So I believe heavily in making sure you get at least 3 tablespoons of coconut oil or olive oil a day, a minimum, right? There's great omegas you can take. Young Living has Omega Gies. There's Olive Essence, which is an olive oil supplement. There's Mindwise, which is a coconut oil MTC supplement. You can take MTC. You got to do something to get your good fats in. It's the most important thing you can do because 60% of your brain is good fat. So making sure you're aware of that. Any other questions, please let me know. I hope this has been beneficial to you. I will start teaching next week. Once again, for those topics, I will advertise ahead of time if it's going to be a little teaching or a class, like perhaps this one was. I'm sorry for the time, although once again, I hope it's been beneficial for you. If you don't have my book, Living Balanced, you're welcome to get it at livinganointed.com or Amazon. If you're here local in Flint, you're welcome to come on over and you just can pick one up. Love to meet you and see you. And that's it. So if you want to stay tuned with these videos, please make sure you go to the 3 little dots in the video and you can subscribe to let you know every time I'm doing a live. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day. And I pray that you can be healthy for you and your family and learn how to make better choices as fast as possible. Thank you. Bye-bye.